Well, good morning, hello, and welcome back to another edition of Slimy Green Garage. Alyssa's showing up this morning. Bones and I have been discussing our current situation. If you watched part one, you know we tore the top half of the engine apart. New head gaskets, new intake gaskets. The heads are bolted down, torqued to spec, so is the intake. And what we got going on this morning, I guess Bones and Alyssa, you can chime in if you feel the need to. She's waking up with some coffee. Is that this is what it currently looks like. So valve covers are sitting on there and they're just snugged. Carburetor is mounted, but we've got to get this front engine bracket bolted back to the heads, figure out the alternator. Did buy some bolts yesterday, but we don't know if we have all of them. But we're going to see if this thing will run again. Got to get the headers back in, the spark plugs, all that good stuff. Anyway, it's going to be a beautiful day.
It is super nice today.
It is super nice today. The dogs are happy. Well, the ones that are out currently are happy, and the other ones are... they're crying, but they're going to be okay too. Anyway, we're just going to get right into it. Thanks for watching. God bless you guys. Let's get to it. Well, yesterday was real smooth. Heavy work, a lot of work, got a lot done, but it's about noon today, and I'm just going to show you. This is what's left of the oil filter. I've seen tons of posts of what gorilla put this oil filter on, and I don't know who did this last one, but we had to essentially rip the entire filter apart and superheat it. And then with the air chisel, get it to go loose once I melted the gaskets, you know, with enough heat. And that is what we accomplished this morning. Alyssa's taking a food break.
I got a sandwich.
She got a sandwich. She's happy. Alyssa pulled out the slave cylinder because this is a 5-speed manual, and that slave cylinder sits pretty close to where the oil filter was in this car. And so we didn't want to melt the line for the hydraulics. Next step is to clean up where the oil filter goes on, install the new one properly. Is that a thing? So we're making progress. It is a beautiful day, so if you're gonna have to do something like this, today was a good day to do it. You know, yeah, I got no words.
It's a good sandwich.
It's a good sandwich. Let's just keep moving, okay? As you can see, Liz decided to take a nap under the hood. I don't know if we're ever going to get this done if she continues this type of behavior, but in all reality, getting to the back header bolt is, I'm going to call it impossible if you're not, you know, negotiating your way through the engine bay like that. And again, this is no rude thing I'm saying, but if you're not ambidextrous and tiny enough or flexible enough to fit under a hood like this, just find a different hobby. It ain't worth it, I'm telling you. So it's got to be the truth.
I got it. Let me double check one more time. I kept getting loose ones every time I come back and check them.
Yep, you got to go several rounds. I probably made 6 rounds on the other side.
What time is it?
Time for you to get a watch.
Probably time for to swap out on the dogs. I don't think it's been that long. But we can't. Oh my
Goodness sakes.
Owie.
Right at you, Alice. Okay, show me what you got.
She's so fast.
You're so Funny too. Okay, you're not proving nothing right now, sitting still. Yeah! That's a car! There she goes, folks. She's even faster on a bicycle than when she's flying through the air. Don't look at me. Pay attention to what you're doing. Goof nut. Well, I can tell you right now, your bicycle runs a whole lot better than this car does right now. Good job, Super Alice. You did. That's a car. You did good, honey.
Right? Mom doesn't like videos.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would agree. But she's getting better. Pretty exciting spot. We're putting on plug wires, which means we're getting close. We still got to figure out the alternator.
So many wires. This is disgusting.
Yeah, and you know, you can fine tune that. They make custom kits and
We'll make it better later.
plug wire guides and everything to make it super clean.
What did I just do?
Well, we got 1, 8,
6,
4, 3,
So
6.
5?
Yeah, number 5. So I think when she's done putting the wires on, we're gonna get the alternator mounted and then see if either of our belts actually work.
I have a feeling they're not going to.
If they don't, at that point, we're just going to finish tightening the bolts that hold this bracketry on the front. Get our water hoses hooked back up. Fuel lines, we're going to change out the fuel lines because, like I said, they're pretty gummy, not very good. I think they used not fuel lines, maybe power steering or power steering. You would think it would even work, but whatever they did, either because of age or it wasn't the right stuff. It just didn't work. Heck, you only got one more to go. Number 2. So if you people were gamblers or betting people, you think it's going to run?
I think it's going to take 3 tries.
3 tries?
I think it's going to, you got to cycle all the fuel back in and everything.
No, we can prime the carburetor right down the old vent tube.
2 tries.
2 tries. What do you say? 10? 12? Not going to run at all?
Because we had the distributor out.
Yeah, but we're good. I mean, that thing's dialed. I mean, we may just a little bit, but that's only for performance. I think as far as starting, I think it's going to pop right off. But what do I know? We do got some electrical tape on this particular boot, so that's good. That'll be extra horsepower. We got to keep the spark from jumping out. Alternator time?
Yeah, and then I think these are still very, very loosely
Yes.
mounted.
Yeah, we still got to torque those just gently.
Very gently.
The parts store was only open till noon on Saturday. It's not open on Sundays, so if the belts don't work, we're just SOL. But maybe they'll work. Only one of them has to.
What the heck? You know what? I used a screwdriver on
You
that.
did, and it's probably still over. It's probably in there. It's just hidden under all the garbage we got going. Oh, I was looking for that. I'm working on it. There it is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And those don't need to be more than hand tied anyway, so if you can't tell already, she's got this figured out. She's working from the inside out. That's pretty much the same pattern you use all the way through the engine. That way you spread things evenly. And I'm in the way again.
Switch.
Okay, well, we got some good news. We've got a belt on, and we fixed a few issues while we were at it. We got our radiator hoses back on. Alyssa's putting some new fuel line in, and she just told me that the fuel line that she took off said not for fuel use, which might explain why it felt like soft jello in your hands. But we're gonna get the fuel plumbed up, We need to add oil, so I'm going to do that as we're speaking. Hook the battery up. We still got some connections on the alternator we got to get figured out, but we did, you know, thank the Lord. We needed a bolt. The only bolt I had was sitting on the bench and it happened to be the right one. That's good stuff. Okay, come on now. This is going to be a little interesting. We're going to make it work though. I can force this in and you can hear the heartbeat of the oil if you listen carefully. That's how you know you're pouring it properly. Of course, I'm trusting that Alyssa, you know, put the plug back in the oil pan.
I did.
If you hear noises, different noises while you're filling that aren't coming from the top and they sound like they might be coming out the bottom, you might have made an error in judgment. I only know that because, well, I'm not going to tell you why, but it's happened. Just saying. We're just going to clean this off. And Alyssa's already determined she's going to have to change the oil pretty quickly because the oil was super, it looked like chocolate milk is what it did. So.
Oh, I need another clamp.
Okay, we got all the oil in. Antifreeze is in. Clean this out. I mean, we're so close.
Super close.
To at least hearing it run, possibly. And then we got to figure out the alternator situation yet with the wiring. But I think we got it. So if you'd like to be our sponsor and send us all the free parts we need to work on this kind of hot garbage we got going on, that'd be great.
That'd be sweet.
You can go ahead and email us at slimygreengarage@hotmail.com, something like that. Anyway, you can get a hold of us is what I'm trying to say. If you'd like to support this awesome effort of putting cars back on the road that were taken off for a reason. I wonder if it'll like shoot fire through the carburetor when we crank it over. That would be neat.
All right, we should be good.
Okay, so we know we got to hook up to here, but we don't have anything to do it with. However, we could use a vice grip for that.
Actually, you know what?
What?
That's a pretty tiny bolt, and I saw some tiny bolts in the car.
Okay, maybe we got just what we need. And somebody's butchered into this factory wiring, so we got our plug that's supposed to go into the alternator.
We might want this too.
Oh, the dipstick. Ah. Okay. We should probably put that back in. We were talking about this earlier. The hope is after we got those headers on, that this will just go right down in there and whatever bolt was originally holding it was long gone, non-existent. I need to see. Okay, boys and girls, well, we did stuff. We actually had it fired up, and just so you know, when we were talking earlier in the video, Alyssa thought it wasn't going to just pop right off.
I didn't.
She thought it was going to take at least 3 tries. It only took 1. Instantly, the belt that fit great came off the engine. Well, what we found out is that the pulley that mounts to the harmonic balancer, it is about at least a 1/4 inch sticks out too far, is what I'm trying to say. All these other pulleys, the alternator, all the idlers, all that stuff is perfect, but the harmonic balancer pulley sticks out too far. And so what in the Frankenstein fired chicken garbage is going on with this engine? So at this point we know we're going to have to get a different pulley that sits in just a little bit further to fix that. But then what we also found is that we were retarded. So while that made for easy starting, it needs to be a little more advanced. So we pulled the distributor back out, advanced it 1 tooth. We're going to try to start this back up, see if we're right, number one, because we could be we could be backwards. Let's find out. She's gonna hop in, crank it, see if it starts, see if it runs again. Let's do this. Woo! It's got fire in the name. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're so excited. We got news. We were just talking about this old carburetor situation, and you know what I found out? Well, the old lever that pushes on your accelerator pump, well, she's got too much slack in it. So we're gonna fix it, and then we're gonna start it again, and then it's gonna go vroom vroom like it's supposed to. I promise you. So,
Oh.
well, I gotta have the right wrenches, for Pete's sake. It's probably
I think it's a 3/8.
well, it's not what you gave me, I can tell you that for sure.
Oh, this is bigger. I think I have
Just give me the socket first, because I'm gonna need a, that's the right size.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, hey, hold on. Maybe,
Oh, hold on.
well, give me a pair of pliers or something.
Here.
Yeah, give me, yeah, just
Oh, this is way too big. Hold on, hold on.
Oh.
How about some vice grips?
Yep. We're gonna retest. You're gonna get to see it, and you're gonna see if we're stupid. You probably already made up your minds on that, so let's just not talk about it. I have a feeling, as long as we're not too far advanced now, this is gonna make a big difference.
You ready?
Go, rocket fuel, start! Yeah! Get you some of that! Boom! Now, Alyssa was like, we should still do burnouts. I was like, it ain't gonna do burnouts. I think it would do it. I said no, but it'll do a burnout now. I can guarantee it. We might be, the way it started, just a little advanced.
I was thinking the same.
So I just need to back it off and go back into our normal habitat of being retarded. Hold on. Oh, I don't want to go too much. Just go ahead and fire it up one more time. See if it starts easier. Okay, now I'm going to back it off just a little bit more because it still had just a little giddy up when you were starting. Just a little hesitation. Come on, just go a little bit. Not too much. Okay, try again. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what success looks like. Not everything in your life is going to be perfect, but you don't quit, you don't give up, and you just keep on doing stuff until you get it right. We're close. And with that, this is the end of part 2. Alyssa, do you have anything you'd like to say to the folks out there in the world?
Burnouts.
Burnouts and stuff. Wait for part 3. You get to see those. Okay, then. It's been nice having you along. God bless you, kids. Use those superpowers and abilities that God gave you to make the world a better place. And we will see you on part 3. Okay, you thought the video was over, but we're still doing dumb stuff.
Watch out for LB.
Kids and dogs.
Great.
Slam it.
you have fun, babe.
Actually,
No, now he's
I
gonna
know.
want to buy every.
I know it will do a roll and burn out. Even if I was just doing it in the dirt, it's got the juice. We just got to make sure it's got the squeeze with a new crankshaft pulley.
Yeah.
And that's what she's going to do, along with all the wiring before we start doing the body work to make this thing just as ugly and beautiful, whatever you want to call it.
What do you mean? It's gorgeous.
I think it's gorgeous, and I've had a great time with you this weekend. It's been such a pleasure to have you down. Come back anytime, because this is the kind of stuff we do at Slimy Green Garage. Yeah. So, anyway, pa-pow. See ya.